Ha! We have achieved it. Welcome to the train V3. V3. Yeah, that'll do. I have managed to get it to go up a 10-degree incline without changing too much. So let's get into it and I'll explain. Right then, so anybody who knows anything about trains in real life knows they do not like inclines or declines. It's just not a thing. They like nice flat track. So the original train idea was brilliant and it works really well. Trying to make them do the inclines adds another point of failure and another point of interest. The best way of doing it I found, without changing too much, was to put the rotor up inside the chassis and the hinge just there. Get rid of the couplings and it allows it to move and pivot all the way along the train, and the theory is great. Clang has decided he's had enough of me. I have took the piss for too long. Now it's war. But the 10-degree, going back to the track, is the better one. If using these locos, they start touching if you don't do 10 degrees, and any more than 10 degrees and you're going to start having friction problems. I'm surprised it worked as well as this. But using the 10 degree allows you to put more coverage in over the gap. See, makes it nice and tight. There you go, 10 degree. 5 works nice over there. 5? Yeah, 5. But not so well down here. You end up with quite a large gap. And I have had the wheels go through. Now if you do a different design of loco with different wheels, you can possibly negate that. But I've got the 2x2s? 3s? What are you? 3x3. Small grid. Yeah. I don't know if on the straight track it's going to show the issues, but I will be able to show you the issues with the one over there. It's not happy. This... We lost power. Oh, I just put the brake on. That didn't help, did it? There, look at that. Look at the traversal. That's cool. Watch the speed. Speed is now a problem. But you just climb up quite well. Straight track, it's not falling out with. It's bends. If you keep the bends away from the inclines, you're fine. Possibly, maybe. I did plot that, yeah, I can't fall off the edge. But I do like the way that it goes on to the 10 degree. I think that looks cool. This is survival again. Let's just slow down a little bit before we get to the bottom. Because this is a longer train, every wheel set is powered, it does work quite nicely. Does a lot of braking there, which is the same for real life as well. The shorter the train, the less braking. They don't like running light engines and such like, because you don't have the braking. I think there's speed restrictions on. Right, going on to the 5 degree. Not a problem. It's coming off it. Are we even going to coast? No, we're not even going to coast onto it. 5 degrees, much gentler. Just when you get to the bottom. Got to make sure we go over this nice and smooth. Are we going to coast? We are going to coast a little bit. There, you see the bounce is not like that. I haven't got a way to fix that. There we go, bring it in nicely. I could actually go into the main track, but we're not going to. If this is not the train I want to follow,
Fuel
I think
critical.
that shoot. That works really well. Building off the V2, that's a really nice train. In a straight line, it's fine. But using this engine, well, this train, on corners, it gets a little more bouncy, shall we say. It's not a smooth riding loco. The bogies are fine, it's the actual bodies that can now flex about on the hinges. The hinge locks on this one are on. I think the actual hinges themselves are turned on, so they're not free floated because it's not going up an incline, it doesn't need to. And it's... yeah, it's rough. It is rough. And this is what tempts Clang to just go, nah. Broken rotors, broken hinges, jumping the tracks. Yeah, it's good. A little more skill with driving required, possibly. I think this one's still the original. Well, the V2. The V1 is there. Yeah, you watch the V2 come around the corner for comparison, and it is a lot smoother. Look at that. It's beautiful. So the V3 likes hills, doesn't like corners. It's a shame, but it's adding that extra bendy point in. It really shows it up well. It hasn't come off the track again yet. When I first logged in it did. So for this V3 update I am leaving the V1, the V2, and I'm going to put the V3 in and use it as required. Yeah, that's a V3. Oh, that's actually still got the couplings on. There. Wobbling and the bouncing, and oh, it's brutal. Don't bother. It's going so well. The idea works, and I think it works really well. That's as good as I'm going to be able to get it. I'm not playing about anymore now. In the design phase, I want to go and actually use the trains. It's awesome. V2 is, if you can use the V2s are a lot more stable and it looks a lot better going around. V3s, more functional, but quality of ride is questionable, shall we say. Questionable. But I've had a lot of fun though, pushing Clang to its limits with this. Tempting the gods. And I've had no real problems until I started putting those hinges on, and that's when Clang's decided enough is enough. Now you'll feel my wrath. Sadly, I haven't had the camera rolling when any of these incidents have happened. It has been quite the engineering. Adventure trying to cut the things back on the rails. When they come off, they tend to go quite badly. But even then, having the extra hinge in there does allow you some flexibility with lifting a bogie up and adjusting rotors to move it back in. It's it's a very delicate operation, but it can be done. Oh, that just looks like it wants to come off, doesn't it? It is a shame. But that is a nasty bend. That is a very nasty bend. See, the smoother bends aren't quite so aggressive. But this was just for a crash loop. It crashes round and yeah. Brutal. And that one's on the crash loop, isn't it? Yes. Just ouch. I think I actually have another crash loop. No, I don't have an Iridium V2 on the crash loop to see how that performs pretty well, but shush you. It's good. I like it. If you've been playing with them, what do you guys think? Have you been having fun? Have you had any issues? Has Clang spared you? Or have you been visited and dragged down to the depths of Space Engineers hell? Anyway, when this video is live, I will have updated the mod on the workshop to the V3. You'll have the new hill climbs. It looks good. Probably should do... Actually, I'll explain how I did the track before I disappear. I don't know if that's power or not. How does it get matters? Right, easiest way I found. End of one track. Where's the hinge? There's the hinge. 7. Hinge. Hinge on. Track in place. Actually, remove some of that. Get an idea of the angle. Should be enough. And as easy as... where are we? If that's trying to go down, lock that off then. So, upper limit, 10 degrees. Take it to the buffers. There we go. Done. Put the lock on. Oh, the lock actually screws me up. Ooh, that's not very nice. I wonder if that's actually been an issue going. Ooh, devil. And to finish it, is it going to grab there? It should grab there, shouldn't it? 1, 2, 3. Are there 3? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's 3 out there. Landing gear. And the reason I use the landing gear is because come down. Come on, there you are. On a rotor, you can't come. You can't. Whoa, you. You can convert to the station. Wonder why that's. I wonder if that's the hinge locks then. I wonder if maybe not the angle's right by putting the hinge lock on. So without the hinge lock then you can just convert this straight into a station. Ah, it's gone now. Now it's behaving as it was. I wonder what the issue is there. Some Clang just teasing me. No, there are only 2. Okay. Done. Then you can convert the station. It's no longer a flexible track. It will just sit. Proof that it is a station. You can pin it to the ground. What angle is that thing at then? Yeah, it's locked at 10. You can knock it off now, delete it, do what you want to do. There we go. 10 degrees going down. And if I remember, which way did you go? There. Is that the one? Oh no, it was 2 little ones. Oh, one like that. Yeah, coming back up, that might bite me in the ass. So it was actually that and that and that and that. Nice gap down there. Done. Yeah, that was the first time I've been able to set it as a station just on a rotor. Previously I have had to lock it with the landing gear, but as soon as you lock it with the landing gear, instantly set it to station, removes all the bouncy, flexy and all the other happy horse shit that Clang likes to involve himself with. And your PCU's a lot happier as well. It's PCU? SimSpeed. You don't have a giant length of track that's flopping around. All these are locked in as stations. And the track itself is solid. Getting the engines to go over it is the challenge. So even that parked up there, look, is a little wobbly.
Fuel critical.
I prefer the V2, but I need the functionality of the V3. So, you figure it out. Corners, make them real gentle. These crash ones, not so good with the V3. V2, fine. V3, meh. Being able to go up and down. Oh, just wait till you see the series. That has made... I've probably got a little bit carried away with the railway. But I've still got another section to build as well. I think this little project is done. It's awesome. Enjoy. On that note, we'll catch you next time. Laters.